Hey John, so this is just going to be a basic audit for CMC Realty. Now, I'm not going to be covering like geogrids or anything with that nature, but I'm just going to be looking at what are the specific things I've seen at the top level, and we're going to be discussing that. What other opportunities you can actually take for your website now. First thing I noticed when I actually search for a brand, it's very good that you're actually having a knowledge graph. I see that you really have a strong uh, backlink and citations and business directory listings. So your brand is pretty prominent. So there's no issue with that regarding for the the entity side and also with the knowledge graph side. And also I see that you also have a lot of reviews going into your brand. So pretty much everything's nailed down, including with the GMB categories and all that. And yeah, it's pretty much answered here with just the optimization side of uh JMB. And I don't know specifically the services because like you can't really view the services um if you're on the desktop version. But here's one thing. If you have specific services that you want to rank, and I don't know exactly, I'm just assuming right now because I don't really have the access for um how it looks like in here. Actually, let me just do a quick Google search on my phone just to make sure. And I have to like verify that. We have to get this one. So it's CMC Realty. CMC Realty Property Management. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm just searching it right now. Okay. Yeah. I'll share my screen for my phone so that you can actually see this, but you get a better idea what that's looking like for you. Sure. Okay, I don't know if you can actually see my screen right now, but here, if you see on our different categories, we have the list of services we have for the website. And if you actually see for now, here's the thing, if you want to actually rank for specific services and terms for the local SEO side, you would want to target specific keywords here. And I'm sorry for the dog. I don't know if you hear that. You want to target specific keywords on the website and create a mirroring of services. So whatever services you want to rank, let's say just on the go, like property management services. For local SEO, the best way to actually rank for this keyword, to rank for the map pack, is to actually have that under the property management company category. So let's just drop this and let's try to look at we have quite a few here. And I think a lot of the services aren't really even relevant. You may have to consider going through your services and removing a lot of these that aren't relevant. You need to stick with your main services, your main keywords that you're trying to rank for. I feel like the other ones here are, yeah, that's gonna be depending on how you actually want it to be ran. And I don't really see that the services for Google are really set. So it's very important you actually go ahead and create service descriptions for each of these if you're wanting to rank these. And you probably should like remove like tenant login, tenant resources, all these other terms that aren't really relevant. I mean, they are relevant in a way, but you need to be doubling down only on the keywords that you actually want to rank for. And people aren't gonna specifically search for tenant login, tenant resources, you know? They're they're wanting to look for your main core services, which is property management. So that's like the most prominent thing that I've seen in your website, and you have to like consider that. Now I do see that you also have location pages. And one thing with your location pages is there's a lot of opportunity to actually do with your interlinking. I'm just seeing the first thing that I'm seeing. I'm just gonna point out like the first thing that I see on your location page. Um, okay, you have good structure with the headings and all, like targeting management and the location. Um, Ideally you should like okay, that's a GMB category, so that's fine. Ideally, you should also want to have a link back from this location page to the GMB. So, like in the first few sentences, you have property management company, sure, okay. Um, I think somewhere here in the first part as well, okay. Um, okay, I think that's fine. On the last portion of your website, you're wanting to have to do an interlink that's probably anchoring like a term like property management company or something here. And this is just telling Google that you are serving Cerritos, California, and you are a property management company that's working on this area. And you know, if you have an anchor tag that's linking on the content, when Google's gonna crawl this page, it's gonna look at this content and try to figure out what is this brand doing. And so what is this brand actually providing, and what's their main service areas. So it already has an idea of the location page, which is good and it's properly optimized, but you're missing like the interlinking just for connecting your location page to the brand itself on the local side, because the local SEO basically the main ground zero of everything is the GMB. So if you're not creating that relationship between your website and the GMB, and of course you already have the website set here, but you're wanting to have Google like whenever they go into this location page specifically, that there's already a correlation in between the two. So you're wanting to link somewhere here. Um, I don't know that's exactly what you're anchoring there earlier. Yeah, they're just anchoring the contact us page. I tried viewing the one on the links here as well for internal links, but I don't really see exactly thing that we're actually trying to look for. Hmm. So, one other thing I've noticed, and I'm not entirely sure like the specific services that you actually guys do. I can see that we have like property management tab here and also real estate services. Um, we don't really have that content. I mean, I can see that we have one here. So ideally, you would want to have a structure like this for location pages. And I'm just gonna give you like a base structure. The ones that are missing in your location pages is just individual sections for the services you offer. So that's gonna be something like this one. I'm just gonna grab a random example just for reference. So we let location pages here. So what you're missing is just sections for services you offer, and each of these services you're trying to interlink to those pages individually. Okay, so you have to add like service plus location and an interlink that goes back to that actual page. That way Google has an idea. Okay, so we have an idea right now. You are offering property management in Cerritos, California, but they have no idea for the other services they offer. They have no idea for that you do, single family unit specialists or multi-family unit, whatever. So you're gonna have to add a section that individually adds, the sorry, individually showcases the different services. Have about a short snippet there, here and there, and also the format for the header. So you're gonna be using H2s when you're naming the services. So the services will be the H2s will be like services plus location. So that's gonna be like Cerritos, California or whatever. And you're gonna have to do that for all your location pages. The other thing that I mentioned earlier is to link to the GMB. And I think that enough is also gonna make a lot of difference. And of course, Google's gonna take time to actually recrawl these pages, when you made your changes for your location pages. It's gonna take time for actually to recrawl, and you have a lot of pages. When I tried to look at it, you have like right now, the ones that are being indexed are like 585. So you have a lot of services. So you're wanting to have to search for that. Now I'm like for this audit, I'm just gonna be focusing on local SEO side. I'm not gonna be covering everything regarding with your structure for your site. I see that you actually have a lot of opportunities as targeting with some specific keywords, which you're not really getting top positions for. You have a lot of opportunities to rank for certain keywords, and a lot of here the keywords here are like lower keyword difficulty. I have no data for your Google Search Console, so I can't really make the accurate judgment. But based on your site structure, you don't really get a lot of uh traffic from your location pages. So this involves a lot of semantics and planning of your website structure, and I'm not gonna be able to cover everything for that. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna give you like the basics. Um, One thing I noticed with your blog articles, and I don't know if you do like proper keyword planning for everything and doing a proper content strategy. Um, I like that you actually do like infographics, but you should probably have like categories for infographics and for actual blog articles, you know, because the user experience is not really ideal. It's WordPress, right? Ah, WordPress. See, Google's gonna get really confused. I mean, it's gonna crawl this page. The question is, what's the latest with mortgage rates? And there's no content inside. So this is either not gonna be indexed, most likely not gonna be indexed. Yep. And this page is not really visible. So I don't know what's the intention with that one. Maybe you're gonna update that in the future. Who knows? Let's just grab a random blog article. Okay, I have no idea what's the articles that actually are. Okay, you have a problem with your blog articles. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, you may need to check on that. Huh. Okay. Okay, you have to check on their blog articles. Something's definitely wrong there. It's not okay. Here's one I actually find actually has content. Okay. I don't know if this is a brand that you have or a brand that you own, but anchor tag just with don't anchor tag random. I don't know if it is yours, but if it's yours, then it's fine. You need to make sure that you're anchoring. If you're wanting to do outbound links, make sure you set it as no follow as best practice. You're not wanting to just push link trees to competitors. In case you don't actually own that business. But I see like a lot of your content is not really uh I don't even think this is oh yeah. Yeah. So the H4s are all over the place. You know, this should be ideally like H2s. You need to make the structure a little bit more better for Google to understand what you're talking about. There's no meta description. Your title is all over like over 85 character limit. Or the character limit should be like around 55 per title. So that's one thing. And you're probably not doing proper content strategy to target specific keywords that you have lower keyword difficulty that you also can get a lot of traction for. And you know, if you have like tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, you have a lot of keywords that you can like re-optimize for that lower keyword difficulty. Takes a lot of like just looking to like search terms and just revamping the content here and there, but a lot of stuff that you're missing here. But in any case, I hope that was insightful. I'm not gonna be covering everything, but if you're wanting to do SEO with someone that's been doing SEO for a while now in this industry, then you can just message me. Of course, I'll be interested in actually collaborating with SEO services, but I hope that helps.